Overheal is Priest's brand new keyword, and the way it works is you get some effect if you heal a minion for more than it needs to be healed. So let's start by looking at Heartthrob, a 3-mana 2/5 that says Overheal, summon a random minion with cost equal to the amount overhealed. So if the Heartthrob is at full health and we heal it for 3, it summons a 3-cost minion. But if it's missing 1 health and we heal it for 3, then we overhealed by 2 and it'll summon a 2-cost minion. So the main combo with Heartthrob is going to be Fan Club, a new location that heals all friendly characters for 3. So we play Fan Club on 1, Heartthrob on 3, and then we get a 2/5 and a random 3-cost minion, which is a pretty strong tempo play. Similarly, we also have Idol's Adoration, which makes our hero power cost 0 for 2 charges. So we can heal our Heartthrob and summon a random 2-cost minion, which is pretty nice. Our other option for healing is going to be Dreamboat, a 2-mana 1/2 Naga that heals all friendly minions for 3, and for each one that was overhealed, the Dreamboat gains +1/+1. So this can be a pretty big minion on its own, and it can trigger our other overheal effects, like Heartthrob, where it would summon a 3-cost minion. Our final bit of overheal synergy is going to be the Crimson Clergy, a 1-mana 1/3 that says Overheal, draw a card. This deck is also playing a bunch of different minion types, so we're playing One-Amalgam Band, a 7-mana legendary that gains a keyword for each different minion type you've played this game. Pretty easy to get this thing up to its maximum of 8 keywords in this deck. And then when we need more value for the super late game, we've got Power Chord Synchronize, a 2-mana spell that adds a copy of a minion to our hand. So we can get extra copies of One-Amalgam Band or extra copies of Astalor. Those are generally going to be our targets. I probably do fairly well against Druid, I would imagine. Idol's Adoration into Heartthrob. Also got a Fan Club. I think it's probably Weapon on 1, and then we can Fan Club on 3. I don't really think Druid's going to be able to deal with my coined Heartthrob, so I think that's the best way to do it. Although they do play a minion on 1. If they play like a Groovy Cat here, they could deal with Heartthrob. Maybe I prefer Fan Club. I don't know, it just gets a 3-drop instead of a 2-drop. Alright, got myself a free 3/3. Well, without playing another minion last turn, I think this Heartthrob is pretty safe here. Oh no, it does die. Okay. Well, I did take the path that got the most value out of it, so good job me, I guess. Oh. Next turn is Heartthrob, Idol's Adoration. It's a pretty good little board. I kind of wanted to get Clergy down to go with Fan Club, but I think this is better. Am I value trading with this? Probably, right? Okay. My Throbs have given me 8, 9 worth of stats, on top of being 2 2/5s. I do have a Power Chord Synchronize for this turn. Wait, what is it? This needs a nature spell? How is Serpent Wing not a nature spell? What a scam. Nerubian Egg probably doesn't do that much against Druid. This thing deals damage. Could synchronize a copy of it. It's also a Naga, which is kind of cute. I mean, this is 10 damage from hand if I can just play some Serpent Wigs. That's a weird attack. What does that mean? Oh, we're just moshing? Hit the egg, please. Thank you. Oh, missed out on the Heartthrob. So, let's see. I'm showing 8. I need 10 from hand, which I don't have at the moment. This thing has 6 health, so I can't overheal it here.
I wonder.
Let's play this to activate the Serpent Wigs, I guess. Is there any breakpoint I want to avoid? I guess Under King. So we'll buff this up past 6. Alright, opponent's at 8. So even if a 1/1 lives, I have 10 damage with Kraken Bane, Double Serpent Wit, or I have more than that even. Because of Cathedral.
As you can see, my client is
Immune. I guess that's a concede. Cool. They got throbbed.
No one knows the truth of my sorrow. Elune, give me strength.
Pozic against Demon Hunter. There's just so many Demon Hunter decks, I don't know what to expect. Probably don't keep Pozic without an early curve. I guess it's probably just Mistake into Amalgam. Mistake is probably the worst Amalgam target, but it is still an Amalgam target. I found my best Amalgam target, though.
Enough mana.
Let's just try to get Rowdy Fan into Amalgam. Discovering One-Amalgam bands is super good because a lifesteal minion is one of the rare things that doesn't just die to Sinful Brand, which is cool. 1/5 is pretty bad against Sinful Brand, but they're not going to have enough mana to really abuse it here. Okay, it's a big DH. They did play a 4/4 into my 4/1, which is fun for me. Hit my 75%er. So I actually can Fan Club Serpent Wig to keep this Mistake alive. But it's a 4/1, and I'm missing out on a Clergy draw by doing that.
What is Elune's
I think I just take the Clergy draw. Up to 3 on One-Amalgam band.
You will be my first victim.
Definitely hate to see that active on turn 4. This thing is a pain in the ass to kill. I guess I'll just do this. Alright, we are one Amalgam banding this game, but they do still need some help. Definitely possible they should have just hit me for 9 there. Could synchronize my Amalgam of the Deep, but I don't think that's super good. I'll try to just sync one of my One-Amalgam bands. They did hit me with the early Evoker, and it's been a struggle to fight back against, but they are still only on 6 mana, so it's unlikely that... Like, I probably have another turn before a big threat comes out. And yeah, so far this turn has been nothing too special. Gorlock Ravager hits Mistake and One-Amalgam Band. It's also a Murloc for these amalgams, so it's a bit tempting. They could have like another Evoker into Inquisitor, but like that's not even lethal. Up to 7 keywords on the One-Amalgam band. So it does basically everything. Okay. So I have 9, 11. Oh, I can synchronize the Quillbore for another 3, so I have 14. But yeah, it looks like it's just a One-Amalgam band kind of turn. I did not get Rush, which is a total disaster. Just an absolute tragedy.
What is Elun's will?
Still hard to die here. I guess they can have Dispose of Evidence plus Illidari Inquisitor this turn, which does kill me, because I just got the absolute worst One-Amalgam band. If I lose here, it was basically a 1 in 8 to lose. Wow, they didn't hit the Annihilon. That's pretty lucky for me. They are very likely to be dead here now. Were they dead on board? Yeah, they were, because I could, Cathedral my Wind Fury guy. I could also synchronize the Quillbore and land it on my Wind Fury guy, so they were super dead.
Elun, give me strength.
Idol's Adoration is good. I mean, it doesn't have to be my 1-drop, right? I can just save it for later and it's pretty nice. Clergy into Shadow Ascendant is good. Heartthrob. It's hard to imagine playing Idol's Adoration over Shadow Ascendant next turn. Does this thing matter? I guess it's a body in play for Anima Extractor. I guess I can also use a stat on my minion to play around Rowdy Fan. Although they can, okay. They could have like coined Imbued Axe to kill my 2/3. But it seemed kind of whack, to be honest. Let's get a card out of this. And we'll just play Tempo Astalor. 50% of the time, I buff Astalor and Party Animal doesn't have a good trade. Which, you know, depending on What else the party animal can do here is pretty good. 4-drop. Oh, right. This thing has 4 health. I think killing that 3/6 is a bit too difficult. Let's just throb here.
What is in one's
Go out to you.
If I go 2 first, I can hit a mana geode. Alright. The 2/2 is a bit weak, but the 3/4 is pretty good. 3 copies. That's fine. They have something in their hand that didn't get copied. They think that leaves me with bad trades, but I do have Serpent Wig here. Silence. Synchronize. Oh, I might just synchronize Astalor here. These are all really good, actually. Silence is probably the worst. Was this good? Maybe I hold this synchronize for One-Amalgam Band. Serpent Wig is pretty good here. I can always just synchronize this Astalor. I don't think hitting the little one really is that much better. Okay, off the Voon, so they have another one of those. I think Chorus Riff is a pretty decent card to end up with. This thing has 6 health, so I can heal it a lot. It's kind of hard to one-shot Tony here. I'll just take another school teacher here. We can whack. And then I heal. Wow, I got their Nelly. I would have preferred drawing a card for my deck, but Nelly was like the Omega high roll. That's 2 minion types for One-Amalgam Band, by the way. Was this my school teacher or theirs? Because they got 1 card off Tony, right? I think they drew with it. I guess that was... I don't know, it seems like that was my school teacher, but I'm not sure. Good old Rowdy Fan. This thing is only at 2, so it's not really playable. Can leave them with just a Quillbore in play. And I guess I'm just going to play Nelly. Nelly on 7 is kind of sick. Easiest One-Amalgam Band of my life. I mean, this is a very board-based matchup, right? So Gangplank Diver is probably pretty good. It's a bit expensive, but it's probably pretty good. And then Amalgam is beautiful. So if the Amalgam of the Deep from Nelly can give me a One-Amalgam Band, then she was able to discover 2 One-Amalgam Bands, which is insane. I don't mind... Wait, do you have stealth? No, no. I have 21 damage on board. This does 7. Yeah, there's just no way I'm Astaloring this turn. See what school teacher can do for me. Light It Burns. Is Light It Burns lethal? Beautiful. Man, I had so much value and I just didn't get to use it. Priest Mirror.
Your path has brought you here. Alone give me strength.
Gotta curve out better than this. Alright, Control Priest. Not totally sure how I feel about that, but it doesn't matter because that's what we're up against. Just an absolutely terrible hand. But I do have Cathedral into School Teacher, which is like fine, I guess. Probably not a matchup where I'm really allowed to miss a drop, though. Good old Heartthrob. Probably hold it for a turn so I can play it with Dreamboat. I do love a good Synchronize. Probably a pretty good chance I need the Synchronize for, like, Astalor or something in this matchup.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
The steals from my deck. What an interesting card I've just hit. I mean, drawing a card is pretty good here, right? I don't know. Drawing the card with Metronome may not have been better than just playing Dreamboat here. There's a 3/4 that made another piece of garbage, but it would have got cleaned the scene anyway. Well, what I did ended up being better. I don't know if that means it was the right play, though. Do I want to sink an Astalor? Probably. Oh, this is also a sink. Sick.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Pick me, pick me.
Sink you. I have 9 cards in hand. So I was gonna go, I can still go Serpent Wig Sink. That's fine. Alright, triple Astalor.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
What? They have an Astalor? That's so whack.
Our gift of frost shields us.
So I could just double Astalor Noggling into their 5/5 Astalor. And then, I don't know, maybe I Quillbore and hit him for 9. Kind of a lot. Could also go for, what, like Quillbore Astalor on the Noggling. But then what? Maybe play a Dreamboat? Dreamboat healing this up is kind of nice. Max health on this is 7, so I would overheal it.
What is Elun's
Yeah, let's go for the Dreamboat thing. Why not?
Yeah! Let's go! Our gift of the arcane enlightens us. Everyone stay safe. Arcane
Nice. Played a 5/6. Harmonic Dissonant Pop. Sure. Might just play a couple Astalors here, to be honest. The little Astalor is kind of bad. But do I really care about that at this point?
Our gift of frost shields us. Our gift of the arcane enlightens
Oh, it is a 3/4. Okay.
The more you'll struggle, the better. I ain't talking. Yeah, let's go!
Whiff on an Astalor. That's gotta feel bad. It was a 50-50. And honestly, against a random set of 9 cards from my deck, it was probably worse than a 50-50.
The time has come.
So they were lucky that I even had 3 non-minions in hand. That still draws 3. Pretty hard to actually draw 3 here, though. Well, I guess it's not that hard. Let's go ahead and see if I can hit the good discover here. I did. It's up to 4 at the moment, which is not insane, but not terrible.
Frostbolt! Arcane bolt!
I guess I'm just burning a weapon. And then I will draw and play a mistake. Alright, didn't hit the One-Amalgam band from my deck, which is kind of sad. So I guess I'll just have to settle for my next 5 turns being double Astalor into Astalor into Astalor into Astalor into One-Amalgam band. And then on turn 6, I'm screwed. But maybe I'll draw One-Amalgam band by then. Big AoE, okay. Wow. I wonder if my opponent thought I was only going to play 3 Astalors. That'd be pretty foolish of them to believe. I could max out this Amalgam this turn, just go mistake Amalgam, One-Amalgam. It's pretty good against the 6/6. And then I can leave the Astalors for an open board. Maybe a Redgill Razorjaw can be good on a big Astalor turn. Amalgam got all the keywords there, so it didn't need to wait to see what it got.
Who here can spell Menagerie? Anybody?
This can hit Silence, it can hit Shadow Word Death, Shadow Chord Distort, Light It Burns. I mean, Identity Theft is like basically guaranteed to hit an Astalor here, so that's strong. Probably choosing between a 5 and 8 mana Astalor. And then from deck, probably the strongest thing they could hit is another School Teacher. There's the T-Lib. Alright, kinda sad for me. Maybe I have to be a little bit worried about getting Whirlpooled here. But surely they would just Dirty Rat Whirlpool last turn if they had it. That is like the only way I lose this game, though. I don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. Sure. This turn probably could have been worse. If they Whirlpool, they do get to snipe this Astalor, but then I have big Astalor sync. And I'm pretty sure they would have Whirlpooled last turn if they had it. And if they don't have Whirlpool, then, well, I guess Clean the Scene is quite good here if it's infused. Oh, that's not likely to kill much. Okay, they can trade into the One-Amalgam band. Okay, I don't know if they're actually dead there, but they probably didn't have much hope.